Hi, my name's Tim Bardgett from Sales Geek in Cornwall, and having recently joined Sales Geek, I just wanted to share with you some of my experience of onboarding and the bunker visit that I had at headquarters. So like I said, having recently joined Sales Geek, I had many conversations leading up to actually visiting headquarters and HQ up in Blackburn called the Bunker, and it was a great experience to be able to meet many members of the team. But what was really great was it wasn't from one specific function of the business. So on the visit that I had to headquarters, I had opportunities to speak with marketing, speak to the guys from finance, head of commercial for the UK, managing director, and essentially the founders of the business, Richard and Lucy, as well as James. So a really good opportunity to ask some questions in person that are important to yourself when looking at joining Sales Geek, and you're able to get that individual response, so something tailored to yourself, and like I said, really get into the detail of some of those questions that you wanted to ask. And it was really also good to get a snapshot of the culture at head office and how invested everybody is in the success of the franchisees, actually, as well as the overall business. It was really interesting to hear their views on how head office support you when you're looking at joining. Like I said, it was also an opportunity to ask some really sort of burning questions, if you like, those things that you wanted to get answered, those things that were sort of niggling at you that you wanted to get some reassurance on or wanted more information on, and it was a really fantastic opportunity to do so. The whole process really has been fantastic from the beginning, early communications, all the way through to the bunker visit and onboarding and past that now, which is the stage I'm at. And I also was given the opportunity to speak to other franchisees, which I think was really, really important, because as well as being told by head office and the main support team how they can look after you and how geeks experience their first few weeks and first few months of joining the business, what was really important was to actually speak to somebody who had been through it themselves, so had moved out of a corporate environment and a paid full-time salaried role into something quite scary, I suppose, which is starting your own business. And it was great to be able to ask some questions about the challenges, what those first few months looked like, the support that you received from head office, and also some of the things to look out for in terms of some of the do's and the don'ts, what would you think is a good thing to do, bad things to do, and some of their learning experience, which is obviously fantastic having been through it themselves. So it was a really good opportunity, like I said, to speak to a franchisee also. In terms of my decision to join Sales Geek, and sort of what clinched me making the decision, if you like, to join in, I guess I felt like I knew quite early on. Never have I felt kind of so aligned to a business's core values and culturally the people and what they're trying to do. I think it just had a feeling. I talk about sort of gut instinct, and it just felt right. I felt like I knew I was going to be joining fairly on in the process, although it did take a little while just to get to the point of officially joining. Like I said, once you've then done the bunker visit and you've made a decision to join the business, there's the onboarding process, which is intensive week-long onboarding process. And the great thing about it is it had a really different feel to a traditional induction, where you may just undertake sort of training on processes and procedures as you join a new company. It had a really different feel to it. It was very, very personal and tailored. The effort that head office go to making you feel welcome and thinking about even down to little things like what you would like to eat and drink and music you like and things like that. There's some fantastic personal touches that the team lay on there at the bunker. And during that week as well, as I mentioned a minute ago about the previous bunker visit, you have really good access to lots of various members of the team where you can have an in-depth look at their particular specialism, like I said, whether that be commercial elements of it, the training elements of it, finance, operations. You get time with every single one of the team members to have a greater, closer look at the way the business works. What was super impressive was the culture was the same throughout the team. So previously, where I've joined businesses, you can sometimes find certain departments or certain functions don't have the same level of buy-in, don't have the same level of enthusiasm and passion running throughout the business. But actually, what I think Sales Geek have been able to do fantastically is that passion, that enthusiasm. It runs deep, like I said, through all the functions, and that was really impressive. During the evenings, the team join you, so you're not really left alone on the onboarding process unless you want to be. But I'm social, so I enjoyed having a catch up with the team outside of the office environment, and they had again different team members joining you throughout the week, so you get to chat and get different people's views of the business and what they do, and obviously equally important for the team to start to get to know you as an individual as well. That was incredible. I really enjoyed my food, so it was an absolute treat of different culinary delights throughout the week, as well as, like I said, an opportunity to join some of the team socially. So that was absolutely fantastic. The pace and content of the training as well was also really good. So it wasn't really heavy in terms of just delivery via PowerPoint or slides or textbook coursework and things like that. It was really interactive. And fantastic delivery that meant that you were kept engaged. You obviously involved in some of the training as well, and each individual person gave you their time on their specialist subject, as I sort of said. So at the end of the week, you felt very prepared really to sort of embark on the journey of taking on your own business. And they're very happy to share the experience as well that they've had. So the people that have, the learned experience, I guess, from either geeks that have previously joined, or in Richard's case, as the founder of the business, having been through that himself. And it was great to have some really quality time with the founders of the business, which I think is key when you're buying into, a franchise like Sales Geek. Is you want to be able to talk to the people where you have the original experience and I essentially the idea in the first place, if you like, that Richard has delivered and now seeing grow across the globe, which is really, really exciting. But yeah, that was my experience. I'm now just looking forward to getting out there in Cornwall and starting to deliver some of the services that Sales Geek offer to the local business community. Thanks very much.